right, welcome to the Naked Peaches. I'm Anna.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Ciarra.
And we're back at it again with some fiery content.
With a realistic butthole haul.
Today's the butt stuff episode. We're really excited.
I'm like getting nervous. Like,
Is your butthole sweating?
Well, I feel like Ciarra's really the star of this episode.
I didn't
truly.
come prepared as per usual, but I always have a lot of things to say.
Well, okay. I think first we should talk about butt stuff. And then I think it will naturally lead into everybody's unique situations with their relationship with pooping in their buttholes.
Fair.
Okay, so I was so shocked to learn. This is Taylor again, by the way, for those who still can't tell who I am. I was so shocked to learn, however many episodes ago, that you guys don't like seeing your partners look at your buttholes. So I'm like, oh, these girls are not doing butt stuff. But I'm curious to see what your guys' experience with that is.
So it's so funny. Like, I used to never let Oscar look at my butthole. Like, I never did doggy style because I'm like, absolutely the fuck not. We are not doing that. And then I don't know what it was when I forgot who I was pregnant with. I think it was Esme. I started to love butt stuff. And that's all I dreamt about. It was sick. Yes.
Wow.
I love this for you.
That's so funny.
So since then, it's just a normal part of your routine?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, what is your ratio, do you think, from like vaginal sex to butt sex?
Honestly, lately, butt sex hasn't been that often.
Yeah.
It was a lot when I was pregnant with Everett and even after. But I just like, it's like a little button that I want to be pressed, especially during foreplay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just like, it heightens the orgasm experience.
It does.
It really does. But you have to be into it. If you're not into it, like there's times when I'm like, stop that. Like that's ruining the situation. But then there's other times that's what gets me over the edge and that's what gets me to like come really hard.
Mm-hmm. So funny.
Yeah.
I was
like
not
I said,
expecting that answer from you. Okay, so as someone whose butt has always been, a point of focus for whoever I'm with, I feel like I've always had partners who really wanted to do butt stuff. And so I have a fun story about anal sex to tell you guys. One of the first times I did it.
I can't wait.
We were like, this was not with Colin, it was someone else, it was my ex. We were, had started doing it. We were kind of like venturing into it. We were exploring the different positions, like still figuring it out. We're young. We don't really know what we're doing. And I remember this one time we were like trying it and I was like reverse cowgirl. Because I was like, okay, I have control. I can kind of like, squat down onto it and whatever. And it was going fine. And then I was like, okay, I want to change positions. My legs are getting tired. So I like start to raise myself up.
I'm scared.
And I...
Did you shit all over him?
No, not quite. But I raise myself up and like just this one speck of poop just goes flying. It's like it came out of me and was stuck to him and it goes flying as I get off, like just the motion of me getting off sent it up in the air. It goes flying and it lands right in the center of his chest. Just a little piece of poop.
I would have simply passed away.
I would have broken up with that guy and never seen him ever again. Like I would have never recovered
and
from
seen
that.
with Taylor in the car.
I mean, that was probably the beginning of the end.
What was his reaction to that?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Blacked out.
So I think I blacked it out, but like my guess is that he laughed. Like he probably thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: you shouldn't be doing that with people who can't laugh about that kind of stuff. Because if you're gonna have anal sex, there's gonna be poop, and you have to be able to laugh about it. You have to be. It has to be worth it to them. Like, they have to be like, I want to be in your butthole so bad that I don't even care if I see some poop along the journey.
Absolutely. Like, if you're not okay with that, like, then you shouldn't be doing it. And, like, who, other than porn stars who are like, I'm going to do a whole clean out just to get ready for anal.
Who has time to be douching and starving themselves? Not me.
No.
Could not be
me.
No.
Usually it's pretty impromptu. I'm like, put it in my butt.
But now I've learned that position is not one that I want to be doing.
Yeah. Well, you're very, like, the squat you're doing to be in that position is very poop inducing.
Well,
I feel
that's like
It's
literally
very
the
aggressive.
position you're in on the fucking squatty potty.
Yeah.
So of course everything is gonna come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily it was literally just a little piece. It wasn't like
Yeah.
I like, you know, just like had a river of
Which I
poop
have
coming
heard
out
of people
me.
doing that, and I'm like, that's
For sure.
terrifying. I'm like, that would happen to me for sure.
That
Which is
definitely
why I
happens.
feel
I'm
like I
shocked
don't
it
do
hasn't
it.
happened to you.
No,
Yeah.
but that's why I don't do it as often, because I do have a little bit of fear. I have to be very horny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very horny. Like, I don't fucking care what happens.
Wait, and do you want it in your butt the entire time?
Not typically. Usually just
Okay.
until I come.
Okay.
And after that, I'm
Okay.
like, this is boring.
Yeah.
I love that.
With sex, I'm very much like, once I've come, I'm like, wrap it up.
Yeah.
Get it together. You got about 8 minutes max. So, Anna, you have any stories?
Have you ever
No.
tried it?
No. Like, the closest I've gotten to is, like, we're having sex and it, like, almost accidentally slips into my butthole.
Honestly, though, that sucks at any time because your butthole ain't ready. That shit fucking hurts. I've had that
Yeah.
happen one time and I literally saw stars. You gotta be ready.
Yeah.
You gotta be horny. You gotta be open. You gotta be ready to go.
I
There's a lot
had
of
no...
preparation that they need to do. Like, they need to be lubing it up and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you gotta do like a finger first and yeah.
Yeah,
You
like,
gotta get
loosen it up.
ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm so, like... I'm scared of poop. Like, I don't want... Like, I'm
That's
like,
how
I
I
would
was
just be
before,
terrified
too.
of poop anywhere that I'm, like... I think that has held me back from even wanting to experiment at all.
Yeah.
So I've had, like, no curiosity about it.
I
Like,
always experiment with the butt plug though, because then you're not actually having your partner be in there.
that's a
And
good
it's-
tip.
It's just like, I mean, it's not for everyone, obviously, but I feel like it can just add something to
Oh,
the
it does.
experience.
It adds something.
And then they're not looking at your butthole, you know? You
Yeah.
have something kind of covering it up. You can get one of
That's
those
true.
ones with like a little
A diamond?
and it covers up the parts that you don't want
I will
to
say
see.
there was a stripper one
And you
time
can
that
get
had a
really
diamond butt
small
plug.
ones.
It was stunning. She
Yeah.
looked great. Yeah.
And you can get really small one.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a size
maybe-
for everybody.
Maybe one day
Anna's
I'll
like
try.
a pencil.
And it's like,
Yeah.
no, never.
No, the thing is, it's like, I'm not gonna, like, knock it till I try it kind of thing. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, I'm not gonna say, like,
But
oh,
you
like, I
have
won't
to
like
be
it at
ready.
all.
You have to be like in the mindset and horny for it, because if you're not, it's not going to feel good
Yeah.
at all. And then it's just not worth it. And that's how I was for so many years. I'm like, don't look at my butthole, don't touch my butthole. Like, I wasn't ready.
Yeah. Do your partners also like their butthole being touched? Because apparently
No.
that's, like, super hot for a lot of guys.
No, but Oscar absolutely not. And I'm like, I know you'd like it. So what do you do?
Yeah.
You gotta try it. And he's
Yeah.
like, no, I've seen what comes out of there. That terrifies me. And I'm like, just let me touch it.
Yeah.
I can show you the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of guys like it.
Yeah,
It's like, and I
yeah.
feel like a lot of them are missing out because they're not willing to try it.
Yeah, and he's not willing to try. And I'm like, I talk about it all the time. I'm like, I was vehemently against it. So now it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe one day
Maybe he'll be ready when he's like 50.
Yeah. Maybe he'll listen to this pod and be like, okay, Ciarra, like, let's try it.
Wish he would, because they actually have things in there to make it feel good. Their prostate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like,
It's like the same as our G spot. Like
Yeah.
the thing that makes you squirt, basically.
yeah, so it's like, why not? Let's go. Let's try it.
Yeah.
And I will say, up until like me wanting to try it, Oscar was never into anal at all. Like, never.
Yeah.
He was like, nope, I did it once. It was kind of grainy, so.
Really? I feel like every guy I've ever been with has been obsessed with it.
Gavin
No,
is not,
he's
he has, like, no interest
Oscar
in anal.
has not had any interest. but once
Taylor's
I
shook
started
right now.
having...
It's shocking to me.
Right? But once I started having interest and I was, like, very into it, then he's like, oh, fuck yeah. Like,
Yeah.
very into it. Started licking it, sucking it, touching it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as soon as he was
I
like...
can't imagine anybody sucking my butthole.
Not sucking, you know what I mean. But just,
You
know,
gotta
getting
be
all up in
freshly
there.
showered.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just getting all up in there, you know? He just-
I'm just like shook by the fact that you were the one to be like, let's try this. That he wasn't like. I just feel
Like
like
he wasn't
I thought
into it.
every guy was obsessed with doing anal.
Well, all the guys I was with before was.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I was like, let me do it to you.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, no. And I was like, well, you have your answer then. Why would
Yeah.
I want a... No. Immediately no.
Have you ever pegged a guy?
No.
Me neither.
Do you want to? Is it on, like, your bucket list?
I don't know. I mean, I would do it if they wanted it, but
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like something. I prefer to be the one who's like not in charge. So
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like-
Same.
I feel like it's not something that like gets me excited when I think about it.
Yeah.
I'm the laziest sex girly on the planet. Like, you do the things to me. I come, we go to bed.
Wait, so
I
you don't
just
even
don't
let him
think-
come?
Oh, no. He always comes.
Oh, okay. Of course he does. They all do.
He does, but he knows, like, as soon as I come, wrap it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it goes too long, I'm like, are you okay? Is it not good? And he's like, oh my God, I'm just trying to enjoy it. It's been 3 minutes. And I'm
Wait,
like,
your mic is touching the sweater again.
I'm going to kill myself. So, yeah, it's a whole to-do.
Perfect.
But yeah, no, I'm just lazy. I don't like to be on top.
I do, but I just don't want to make any decisions about like what's next or like
Yeah.
I just want to like kind of like dissociate and just like have it happen and not have to like think, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
No, I feel like it's something where like, I think a lot of women like that, and especially it's like if you're making decisions all day and you're doing it's just like take me. You know?
Exactly. That's how I
Don't make
feel.
me think. Don't ask me questions. Like,
Just do the things to me.
Yeah.
So funny.
Just make me feel good.
yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. It's funny because we don't do anything like butt related, and like we don't even really fart around each other. Like we've never pooped in front of each other. We don't really talk about poop that much.
You're so lucky that he doesn't fart in front of you.
I mean,
Once your husband is comfortable fucking
Dude,
farting in
Oscar
front of
rips
you.
the loudest ass. Like, he was even telling me, he's like, hey, yeah, the other morning I farted, and then all of you guys, like, jerked, and then, like, within a few minutes, you guys were all awake.
Oh my God, that's toxic.
There was one time, though, I was in bed reading my book, and he farted so loud, he was like, what? He was, like, terrified. What was that? And I was like, babe, you farted. And he was like, oh, okay. I went back to sleep.
What I don't understand is like, why are their farts so loud and
I don't
stinky?
understand.
My farts are silent always.
Okay,
is
mine-
it because I've like trained myself, or do
Yes.
I like
Maybe.
what the
Mine
fuck
are
is
silent but deadly, but his are so fucking loud. Like, it just, like, ricochets. And I'm like, how does, like, and he's got little butt cheeks.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is it causing such a loud noise when I have a way bigger badonkadonk?
Maybe your
Lots
redonkulon
more
is
cake.
absorbing. And so,
I fucking guess.
that? Well,
But
and it's like, how did you guys ever not work from home? You know, like how did these guys function in an office? If
I think they
know.
no, I think
Oh, no.
they fart in front of each other and they find it funny.
oh,
Like,
no, Oscar never did. Oscar told me, like, if he had to fart really, really bad, he would run to the bathroom and fart. He's also the type that, like, doesn't poop anywhere. Like, it has to be an emergency. Like,
Yeah,
for him to
same.
shit somewhere.
Same. I much prefer to do it at home. Although recently I've had to do it at the office a lot because I've been working so much at the studio.
I always shit there every time I'm there.
They have the worst toilet paper, dude. It's so scratchy. And,
That's
like,
really
Their toilet
bad.
paper
Every
is
time.
terrible. Why don't we should get packs of wipes so then you can just bring them in there. But yeah, Oscar. But when Oscar was at the office, he'd come home and just fucking fart for an hour straight. He's like, "I don't feel so good. I've been holding it in all day," and then just rip ass constantly. And I'm like, "Don't you? Thank you." Then later, it's like, "Want to have sex?"
always.
Yeah, but I think it's funny that you guys, like, you've given birth, you've had a child, you guys have been together for so long, and no farts or poops.
No,
That's
like we do
crazy.
fart in front of each other. It's just not. It's not often. I feel like
Like,
some
usually
some
say, like,
guys
it's
it's
an
like
accident.
it's like funny, you know, and they're just like
Yeah.
we'll fart in front of you to like we don't really do that very much to the point where this morning when I was leaving for work, he's like, "What is the episode about?" I'm like, "Oh, it's like the poop and butt stuff episode." He's like, "What are you gonna talk about?" That's a great question, babe. But I will say, I remember when we first moved in together, like we lived in a very small studio apartment, and my biggest fear was like, how am I going to like poop ever? Like I don't like. I'm just so terrified that it's like
Yeah.
he's gonna smell it or he's gonna hear something or like it was my biggest fear. And I got really drunk one night and I like told him about it and he just started laughing at me and he's like, "We're gonna live together. Like we just figured out it's fine." Like,
Like, you're just gonna have to shit in the toilet.
yeah,
Yeah.
like go to the bathroom and
Like,
turn
there's
on the
gonna
fan.
be times you're probably gonna have diarrhea, you're gonna be sick. You
Yeah.
kind of just have to get
Tell him to
over it.
put on his headphones and
Yeah.
just go do your business.
And it's fine, but it was like for months. I was like before we moved in together, I was terrified. I was like, I don't know how
I
to
get
do
that.
this. Yeah.
I like, okay, I used to feel the same way around Colin. Like, I just really didn't want to, like, he lived in a house with like 4 guys when we first started dating. So I like never wanted to poop there because I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want any of these guys to know what's going on in here.
Yeah.
And then come in after me. Like,
Even
I
though
don't.
everybody poops,
I
it's
know.
so crazy,
I
but we're
know.
all like this, but
I know.
everybody shits.
I know, but it just felt so embarrassing. And so
Yeah.
I would like really try not to go there unless I absolutely had to. And then I would like, you know, really like try and cover my tracks.
Yes.
And like,
Like me, back then I did what I do now. I wait until I'm gonna shit myself. So then I usually get all my poop out while the toilet's flushing. Wipe, do a courtesy flush, and then the stink is barely nothing.
Ciarra will literally poop in 3 seconds. So we at the studio.
It's a 45-minute journey for me.
Yeah.
If it's a 45-minute journey for me, I am sick. I'm not okay.
But yeah, she goes to the studio and she goes to the bathroom in the time it takes one of us to go pee.
Less crazy. In the time that it takes me to go pee.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And I also Oscar makes fun of because I have ghost poops. I will poop and I will wipe and there will be just nothing there.
That I don't understand.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
I wish I'm wiping for so long every time.
But there is some times where you get those ones. When you've been eating out a lot, eating a lot of greasy foods, then I'm not well.
Yeah. I feel like it has no correlation to what I eat.
Same. I'm always wiping.
Yeah. I went on... When Colin and I first started dating, when he was I was still in that era of he's living at the house with the guys and trying not to ever poop or fart.
Yeah.
We went on our first trip together and we went to Seattle for a weekend and we stayed in this Airbnb that was we had a room basically in a house with a bathroom attached. And it was the first time we'd ever gotten an Airbnb on our own, so we didn't know what we were doing, and I don't think we even realized that it was a room in the house. Nice. And so we're it just
a room in someone else's house that lives there.
Yeah.
Ew.
I know.
I would have been so upset.
Never again. And it was also the whole focus of the place was that it was very 420 friendly, and we don't smoke weed or drink or anything, and so they kept trying to offer us stuff, and we were no, we're good, and they thought we were so weird. But anyway, it's this really old rickety Victorian house. So you can just hear every creak, and the fan in the bathroom is barely does anything. So I'm well, I guess I'm not pooping while we're here. And it's a 3-day trip that we're on.
How can you just not poop, dude? If I tell my body not to poop, it wants to poop more.
Well, here's the thing. It didn't work. I had this plan where it was okay, I'm gonna just hold it until we get home, basically. Yeah. And as I'm doing this, my stomach is starting to hurt, and I'm also not farting at all. We're together 24/7. It's the first time we've ever spent this much time together without somebody.
You don't want to go in the bathroom and fart because then it'll be loud and they'll hear.
Exactly. I'm just not farting, and so my stomach is filling up with gas, and it's getting so bloated, and we're going out to eat, and we're getting coffee, and I'm just
I'd be trying to shit at the restaurant.
Yeah. I should have done that.
Yeah.
I wasn't smart about it. And so finally on the last day, I think it was, it was the second day. So I only made it one full day before I started to really be unwell. We went to a soccer game and we got hot dogs, and I could barely eat the hot dogs. I was oh my God, my stomach has no room for anything else. It's full of gas.
Yeah.
And I was thought I was having appendicitis or something. I told him my stomach hurts so bad, I'm unwell, and he takes me to the store. We get Pepto, and he's what is going on? Was it something you ate? And I was well, I haven't gone in the bathroom in 2 days. And he's well, that's what's fucking wrong. And so then he's encouraging me to try and fart, and I'm I can't do it in front of you, and I'm I have this mental block now, and I'm just suffering. My stomach feels it's literally gonna fucking burst, and I can't bring myself to fart. And finally we go back to the Airbnb, and I find a bathroom that's on the main floor by the kitchen, and I went in there, and I let out the fart, and that was all it took. I was fine after that. But it was just the gas building up in my stomach.
The gas is
literally
extremely
made it
painful.
so I couldn't fucking eat.
That's so bad, dude.
I would have went in there, I would have turned on the shower, turned on the fan, turned on the faucet, and I would have just ripped ass.
I mean, after that, it was sort of okay, whatever. He's seen me now at my
Yeah.
He knows that I have that I have gas and that I poop now, so it's okay. And now it's after that, it was sort of whatever. I just accepted that I was going to have to poop around him and fart around him. But it took me almost dying to get there.
You're wow, it's crazy. I have to poop and fart like everyone else on the planet. But no, I was equally as terrified, even with Oscar. But luckily, we when I first met him, we lived in his mom's house, which was 5,000 square feet, and there was 6 bathrooms. So
that's incredible.
That's
ideal situation.
I would just jaunt to the furthest bathroom.
Perfect.
and be like, don't speak to me. I'm doing things in here and just doing my makeup.
Well, now I realize it's better to stay at a hotel because then you can go to the lobby and shit in there if you're like, this is too quiet. I mean, I wouldn't, like, now I'm sort of like, whatever. Like, he knows when I go poop.
Yeah.
But, like, if you're in that, like, early phase still, and you're like, I just don't feel comfortable yet, like, just get a hotel and then you can just go to the lobby, you know, and nobody has to know.
The things we're terrified of.
I know. It's, like, so silly. I feel like, though, I do think that it's ideal to have separate bathrooms, like, if you can.
Yes.
Like,
that's the dream.
Because I don't want to go in the bathroom after he's taking a shit. I don't want to smell that. I don't want to experience it. It grosses me out. Like, I don't want him to have to do that with me. So, like, if we just have our own separate bathrooms that we poop in, then, like, we never have to
commingle,
interact with each other's fragrances.
Well, also, it's like if you're doing your morning routine and then you have to stop because they have to go to the bathroom or, like, whatever. And then you're like, okay, well, then I have to wait for it to air out. And then I can, like, resume my makeup. And you're like...
Oscar still doesn't poop in front of me. Like, he has a couple times, like, out of, like...
Wait, when you say in front of you, do you mean, like, literally with you staring at him or, like, in the same vicinity as you?
Well, usually, like, if I'm getting ready upstairs, we have, like, a really big bathroom, and there is a toilet in there with a door. Mm-hmm. He won't even poop in there, like, if I'm getting ready. Like, he'll go downstairs and poop. And he always has the door shut. If I try to get in there, like, when we had our first house, which was just a one bathroom, I would be like, please just let me shower while you poop, because, like, I don't want to have to get up an hour and a half earlier to accommodate for that. Even though I know that sucks. Like, that's not ideal, and I did not want to do that. But he's like, absolutely not. We will not be doing that.
I would never, ever poop if Gavin was taking a shower, like, just right next to me, like, the other side of the curtain. Never.
Well, when you have a bunch of kids and one bathroom, and you've got places to pee, and you don't want to wake up at 6.
But, like, yeah.
There's just been a few times where I'm like, you are ruining my whole day because we have plans, we have things to go do, and just let me fucking wash my hair really fast because it'll only take me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not even so much the pooping in, like, in the same bathroom that bothers me. It's I don't want to be wiping in there while he's showering.
He hates that. Oh, yeah, I think the wiping is the worst for him.
Yeah.
He's like, absolutely not. I'm wiping. Shut the door.
Yeah.
But, like, I shit with the door open all the time.
What?
I could
never.
Never.
I don't give a shit.
Do your kids, like, come talk to you while you're pooping?
Yeah. Not the older boys. The older boys are now like, oh, you're busy, huh? Gotta go. But yeah, Esme and Everett, they're all up in my grill. I just have never cared. So, like, when I had a boyfriend...
I'm shook by this.
So when I had, like, boyfriends in high school, like, if I was at their house and I had to shit, I would just get one of my BFFs to come in the bathroom with me and, like, play in the water and, like, mess with the fan and talk really loud so I could shit without it being embarrassing.
But you'd shit in front of your best friend?
Oh, yeah.
I've never. I can't think of a single person that I've shit in front of.
No.
Maybe when I was really drunk, but, like, I don't remember if I did do that.
I have this issue, though, where I
just don't care.
Really about to out myself on this podcast, but I, like...
Yes.
I just need to, like, remember, or, like, just think to myself that, like, no one's actually listening, even though I know now we have, like, a lot of people listening, but my issue with pooping is that I don't poop every day. Like, I've never been a frequent pooper. It's, like, usually every other day, sometimes every, like, 2 to 3 days. It's just, my body's like that. It doesn't matter what I eat. It doesn't matter if I'm, like...
I shit, like, 2 to 3 times a day.
No, I know.
Do you feel, like, constipated and bloated, or does it feel normal to you?
It feels normal. Like,
Maybe
there are
because
definitely times...
you're so tall, you have all this, like, space
really
for
long
activities.
intestine.
Maybe. And, like, there are definitely times where I do get, like, actually constipated or I'm, like, actually unwell. But for the most part, it's, like, every other day is, like, a pretty normal cadence for me. However, when I do poop, my poops are big, maybe because they're not every day. And so I clog the toilet very frequently.
What do you do?
I'm a very frequent clogger. So what
just
stresses
with the
me
poop,
out.
or is it the poop in the toilet paper?
It's not even the toilet paper, it's just the poop.
Oh my god.
I think I've done that one time.
It's really bad though, because when I go to new places, I have so much anxiety if there's not a plunger in the toilet that then I will hold it back really and then I will poop. And then it gets even bigger.
Yeah.
Or a really old house.
Yes.
And their flow is really low and you know it is. Your fucking toilet. I don't know how you do it at your place.
Yeah, the
you get one flush every, like, fucking 30 minutes.
It's not good. But I have a plunger next to my toilet, so I'm fine. Like, I have managed it. But yeah, I had this one time in 7th grade, my friend had a...
I literally have to poop right now. I am going to wait.
You're going to wait?
But it's like all this talk.
I mean, you can go because we know it's only going to take 2 minutes.
Yeah.
If you do.
Well, I'm not at that point yet.
Okay.
I wait until, like, I know it's going to be quick.
Really?
I
have to go as soon as I feel it. I can't like sit there and know that I have to go. I have to like.
Oh wait, and it also could be a little gas. I don't know yet.
You do want to fart? You can fart.
I'm not gonna fart. I don't fart in front of that many people. I fart in front of my kids and Oscar.
You farted in front of me before.
Yeah, in an emergency, and also with Kaylina
when
too.
We were driving to Sun River.
Oh, dude,
this girl was farting up a storm.
I couldn't stop, and then that also happened when I was in Bend for my birthday, and I started my period that day, and I was wearing shapewear, a really tight Reformation dress, and dude, I farted all the way there, just constantly. Everybody was laughing so hard. I farted all the way back, and it was just like it didn't even smell. It was just fucking gas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why today? So many farts.
You know what the worst place to poop is?
What?
A fucking airplane bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
There's no worse place to have to go.
No.
The worst.
It's so bad.
horrible.
Even peeing in the airplane bathroom is
just
horrible.
everything about it.
I don't know if I've pooped that much in an airplane one, but Oscar had really bad diarrhea on the last flight. When we went to Vegas.
Well, I remember you told us he was like eating hot Cheetos and drinking whiskey the night before. So I feel like that's...
hot Cheetos, and then like because they put us up in a hotel, and we chose this like all inclusive casino, and it was like a really cheap one. Like it was like 30 minutes off the strip. And so they had like 8 restaurants in there and like just all these things, but every single place we got a voucher for something free. And Oscar's like, we got to get all the free things. Like, got to catch them all, you know? So he fucking had like at least 4 like alcoholic beverages, got food everywhere, snacks everywhere. And I kept being like, dude, this is risky. Like I was sitting there like, I think I had a sandwich and I was scared. I was like, what if this cold cut gives me diarrhea? But he's over there fucking...
Not a care in the world.
Not a care in the world.
But then he paid for it the next day.
Oh, he paid. He almost was like, babe, I don't think I can make it on this flight. You're going to have to do it alone. He was like hardcore meditating on the plane. And I gave him the max dose of, what is that stuff called? Pepto. Mm-hmm. And also max dose of Imodium.
Travel just like, I feel like travel fucks everything up down there.
Honestly, though, that's his fault. What he was eating the night before is like...
Yeah, he did not set himself up for success with
But
that
even when
meal.
you're eating fine, you know, it's like when you start traveling, it's like I'll travel and my butthole just closes. Like it just won't.
Mine too. Mine closes. Except for oh my god, dude, when we went to Grand Junction, I fucking had diarrhea like for multiple days, and finally I was like, okay, I need to take Imodium, which was in our suitcase because I always have that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I took it, and then I got really fucking constipated. My stomach hurt really bad, and I was like unwell, and I was like shitting like these tiny little rabbit pebbles for like a week, and like it was so bad. I like really suffered.
The pebbles hurt when it's so painful, and you're like, okay, I'm going to the bathroom finally, and you like look at the toilet, it's like 3 pebbles come out.
Yes.
Fucking knew I'd have to clean it.
Should I do something with this?
Yeah, maybe just clip it right there.
Okay.
We can wait.
I forgot to tell you there's wipes in there, but they're in the drawer.
Oh, I only had to wipe twice.
Imagine. What's it like to be God's favorite?
And the first one, there was nothing there, but I was like, I want to make so sure. So then I wiped again. Still nothing there.
Wow.
It just all comes out in one go.
I don't understand.
And it goes that, like, I always time it where I will poop while the toilet's flushing. Just to also minimize smell, you know?
I literally,
and
like...
then I wipe,
I don't know.
and then I flush again.
I'm pushing it out for so long and wiping for so long.
Really?
It's
like
yes.
when I wait till I have to go, dude, this shit just... like, it just flies out. Like...
That happens to me occasionally, but that's definitely not like the norm for me. And I like, now that I've started using a squatty potty, I like can't ever go back. I love my squatty potty so much.
That's another part that's hard about traveling is like not having a squatty potty.
It's me
like
taking the fucking trash can.
Turning the trash can over. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
They need to make like some sort of like travel one where you fold it up into like a tiny little thing and then it pops open.
I love that idea.
Should I like
Email
copyright that right now?
Yeah, copyright.
A travel squatty potty. I need it. We all need it.
Yeah, you can make it super lightweight. Like that would be a great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been having diarrhea since I started taking Zoloft. Like it's been a rough transition because like before I used to be like, I was very regular. Every morning I would wake up, immediately go poop. And that was like, you know, my morning routine. And it was like always like it was just like perfect, you know, because then you shower and you're like clean afterwards,
Yes.
and that's the ideal situation.
Yeah.
And every once in a while I'd have to go during the day, but like not very often. But since I've been taking Zoloft, everything has changed. Like I have, in the morning I try and go, nothing comes out. Then I drink my coffee, and then like 5 seconds later I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna have diarrhea, and I have to go. And then like maybe once or twice throughout the day I'll have diarrhea again. And it's been like,
get better.
I really hope so. Like I feel like it was really bad at first, and it's like starting to get a little better.
Is that
but
the
I'm
only
like,
bad symptom?
yeah, that's my only
Well,
side
shit. It's like if
effect.
it's working, then it's
I
like.
know. It's
But then
like,
it sucks too, because what if you're in traffic? Like,
I
what if
know.
you're
Yeah,
like,
it's scary.
you know? Diarrhea always hits me at the worst time. The worst time. It's unfortunate. Like, you know, the end of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Have you ever had to go on like the side of the
Oh
road?
wait, tell them that story.
Of RuPaul's?
Yeah.
That was horrible. So, went to RuPaul's show in Vegas. My husband got us front row seats. It was the best time. I'm fucking having the best time. I am dancing. I'm going all out. And then as it gets like kind of near the end, I'm like getting excited to see like what is going to be the end of the show. And all of a sudden I start sweating. I'm like, that's weird. It must be getting hot in here. Like I'm totally like not even thinking. But then all of a sudden my stomach was like, "Mrr," and I was like, no. And then all of a sudden it's like that stabbing pain.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
and you know
I
what's
was like,
coming.
I was like, Oscar, I have to go. And he's like, why are you leaving? He's like, it's
This is touching you again.
he was like, it's about to end. And I was like, you think I would fucking leave if it wasn't an emergency?
Yeah.
So
You
I'm
think
like,
I have a choice?
yeah, you think I have a choice in the matter? And I'm like literally wearing this skanky dress. I'm wearing these high heels and I'm fucking running. And then I had like peeing out of my butt, painful diarrhea. Like, you know the type of diarrhea you get where you just want to take all your clothes off because you feel, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a thing, right? When
Yeah.
you're really, really sick.
You're like, I just need to immediately jump in the shower after this is over.
Oh my
like,
God.
The
And I'm
toilet
like-
paper is not going to be sufficient.
And I'm like sweating, I'm not okay, but like I do that and he's waiting out for me, and I think I went tried to go in for the very end, but then it hit me again like a wave, and I fucking ran back, and there was a line of like 30 women, and I just go to the front and I said, I'm gonna be sick, like, can I cut you? And she's like, oh my God, yeah. I pissed out of my butt for an hour. And then there's Oscar
in the bathroom.
Wait,
at the
is this
Flamingo
like
Hotel.
stalls? There's like stalls,
These are
and you're
stalls.
just.
And it smells horrific.
And like all the other women from the show are like going to the bathroom. at
Oh,
the same
yeah.
time.
Yeah, there's like 30 women in line, and every stall is full. And I would say, like, I forgot what hotel we were at, but it was like, I don't know, like a really big one, like Caesar's Palace or like something like that. And so there's like fucking like 30 stalls in there.
Yeah.
And everyone's full, and I'm just pissing out of my butt. And at this point, I am so sick, I don't even care. Like, you know, usually be embarrassed. It's
Yeah.
stinky. You can hear the, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can hear.
That was like. You practiced that sound effect.
You can hear it. And I didn't have one care other than like, I hope I survive.
Oh, no.
Or like it kept being like, oh my God, is this ever gonna end? Like, am I gonna be able to get in the Uber and like get home? Oscar's like mad at me, like I somehow like planned it.
Oh no.
And I'm just like, and that whole trip was so funny because like I had that diarrhea that day. Oscar had it the morning we left, but it was karma.
Yeah, it was.
Honestly, I didn't even feel bad. I did go to all the stores to find Imodium and like Pepto and like the thing, but that's all I did for him. I was like, that's all you get. Because I don't want to fly home by myself, bitch.
I feel like that would have been the perfect opportunity for him to just go gamble, you know,
Right?
while you're having
Well, he was
diarrhea in there.
also in a lot of pain that trip because he had got that injury.
Oh, yeah.
He was literally limping that entire trip.
Oh, and you're
He-
walking so much in Vegas.
Yeah, he was taking ibuprofen. Not gonna lie, I've never seen that man drink so much in his life, and I think it was because his knee was in so much.
Okay, sorry, I got us really off track.
It's okay. We're getting back to poop.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just took the fastest shit of my life. Well, actually, that's not the fastest.
Do you have a secret besides waiting until it really has to?
I don't think so. I just think it's the way my body is. I feel like I
Yeah.
have like a bunch
Yeah.
of like butthole lubing. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I have like really mucusy poop or something that makes it like
Just lubed. It just slides right out.
Just
because it
natural
comes
lube.
out so fast. I don't understand.
Wow.
Just naturally dry.
Yeah.
I mean, I have hypothyroidism, which does make you like constipated, and it makes
Oh.
your metabolism slower, and just everything is like, your body is like moving in slow motion, basically.
Yeah.
So
I definitely like am more towards the constipated like, side of the scale for sure.
Like if I don't poop for a day, I know, and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Because usually it's always once, but 2 to 3.
Wow.
2 to 3.
Wow.
If I was pooping 3 times a day, dude, you'd never see me because I just go to the bathroom all the time.
Well, I poop as fast as I pee, so it's like never
It is crazy.
an issue. Typically.
That's like why I hate pooping on like airplanes so much because I'm in there for so long.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit,
It's
people
like
want to get in
everybody
here.
knows.
And
There's
you have
probably
no
10
squatty
people
potty.
waiting out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The toilet paper is like sandpaper and like it just
And
is
so
like
thin.
yeah. And like
I
your
don't
stomach
understand.
just feels weird because you're up there. So it's like
Yeah.
never like a satisfying poop. It's
No.
always like something is wrong, you know? It's
I always wonder why businesses have the worst toilet paper. Like, can you give everyone a 1 cent pay decrease? 1
I know.
cent, and then just pay for good toilet paper.
It's so. I worked for a long time. I worked at a school. I worked at Portland State, like right after college, and when I was in college, then right after, and those types of buildings have the worst toilet paper of any place because it's like, you know, a government building,
They're the worst.
and it was rough. It was a rough time.
Literally rough.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, when Oscar worked at the city of Portland, that toilet paper, I'm like, you just see through it. I'm like, you literally have to use so much. I'm like, is it really cost effective if someone is using just wads and wads and wads of it?
Right?
Yeah.
To like not poke their butthole
Yeah.
through the paper.
And like people are in there longer because they're like,
It's the Sahara Desert.
and you have to take breaks in between because you're like, I'm chafing so
Your
bad that
butthole
I need
starts
to like,
bleeding.
yeah.
That's the worst when your butthole bleeds
That
from
is the
wiping too
worst.
much.
Ugh, and then you still have to keep going,
Yep.
and it's just like it's so horrible.
It really is the worst.
Oh, speaking of, that reminds me, how's your hemorrhoid doing, Ciarra?
It's totally fine. It's totally deflated.
Really?
What makes
good.
it flare up?
I don't know. I was pooping so much on that. I was pooping a lot on our trip. But I was also kind of like having to push it out. I think it was the straining. I usually am not a strainer.
Yeah.
Like my muscles yeet the poop out for me. Like I don't have to bat an eye. Like I don't have to do any work to poop.
Yeah.
But I was having to do work. Like I'm having to poop. You know when you keep pooping and you can feel it in there,
That's
Yes.
like me almost every time.
Every time, yeah.
but it won't come out.
Yeah, all
you're
the
like,
time.
Yep.
Yeah,
Straining.
every time. I don't even know what it's like to poop without straining.
Really?
You have worked your muscles so you don't get hemorrhoids because your
Yeah.
butt muscles are so used
Yeah.
to pushing it out.
Yeah, I was not used to it. And then that's when my butthole hurt so bad. And then it's like so swollen. So it was like kind of like itchy feeling. And then the toilet paper there wasn't great either.
No, it
So I
wasn't.
think the toilet paper also fucking pissed it off.
Yeah.
I should have got some wipes out of the freaking out of the store there.
Yeah.
But it's a lot better now that I'm home.
When you have a hemorrhoid, does it never go away fully? Like this flap of skin is always there after?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. I've never had one, so I don't know.
I mean, you can get it surgically removed, but it's typically like your insurance won't cover it unless you have like extreme hemorrhoids. You
What's
know what I mean?
extreme hemorrhoids?
Like people just have them constantly, huge ones that, and they burst and bleed. It's extremely painful.
Wait, like when you say like really big, like ping pong ball?
I don't know, probably like it's like pretty big, and it's like on your butthole, dude. And some have like a few around, and then you
She's
can
showing
also
the size of a quarter right now.
and then
I'd
like
say.
it depends. It can be small, it can be big, and then people can also get them inside. But if they get really
No.
really irritated, they pop and burst. And I will say, like I've only ever had one hemorrhoid like after giving birth to each child, and the pain is horrific. It feels like you're shitting glass, like someone just cut your butthole with a glass shard while you're pooping.
I'm like squeezing my butthole right now. It hurts.
And like the first time I had it, I thought for sure I had like an anal fissure, like an actual anal tear. But then she's like, no, this is like just your standard
Standard hemorrhoid.
hemorrhoid.
And people are just walking around with that type of pain all
Yeah.
the time. That's so fucked up.
Like it doesn't hurt typically too bad like while you're not pooping, but there are times where they get so inflamed and so big that they do hurt all the time. And then you poop and then they pop.
No.
Yeah, so you have to like get them surgically removed. And I was like, I've seen a few TikToks of people talking about the surgery is like one of the most painful surgeries you can get.
They don't numb your butt?
Well, I mean, they do the surgery, but it's like afterwards, the pain that you're in, like
God.
after getting them cut off. But yeah, I
Okay, I literally can't imagine having a hemorrhoid surgery and sitting there spreading both my butt cheeks for
I
a doctor to
know.
remove.
and that's why it's so important to take your stool softeners after giving birth.
Oh my God.
But usually you get them, like I got hemorrhoids almost after, like every time I gave birth because I birthed them out so quickly, and that can cause like really intense issues.
Really?
But I think most people just get them after giving birth. You probably will have them.
But you don't have them.
No, I didn't have one.
And actually, most people.
My first poop, like post baby, it was like I was terrified to go poop, but then like it was day 2 or something, and I was just like,
my first week was totally fine.
I was like, I need to go immediately, and then I just like went poop, and it was like a very smooth, like very.
Yeah.
It was like a Ciarra.
Were you taking the stool
No,
softeners?
I wasn't taking anything. I just like.
You're crazy.
Wow.
They usually are like, here's the stool softeners, take them home, take them.
Yeah.
Well, it also depends too, because it's really important to take stool softeners too if you had an epidural, because just like narcotics, it
backs you up. Yeah.
It backs you up. And then also just giving birth in general, it stops your digestion.
Yeah.
While you're giving birth, so everything can get like really backed up and hard, and so it's really important that you take your stool softeners every day.
My body's used to being backed up, so it's probably like a.
I know. There was one time I did not keep up on my stool softeners, and that was horrible.
And you got your first hemorrhoid.
No, it was just after having Esme, and I already had a hemorrhoid, so it was like whatever it was. But I stopped taking them because I just felt so good after giving birth to her. That was the best labor I ever had. So then it was like a week or 2 later that I started getting a lot of pain, and then it's because I was constipated. It was pissing everything off under there because I went to the doctor, and she was like, "Oh, I just want to make sure you don't have like a hematoma, which is like basically a big blood pocket like in my vagina." But when she went up there,
Oh my God. Wait, what? Back up.
no, she thought that could have been a thing.
Is that a thing?
Is that a
happens?
thing? That was so casual how you said that.
I mean, I didn't know it was a thing until then, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna come in." So I guess it could happen if that's what she thought it was.
Bro, add that to the list.
Go with the list.
Because I think that's what a hematoma is. I could be totally wrong, but it was something about a pocket of blood. And
The nurses are gonna come for us.
I know, probably. Like, come on, this was like now 6 years ago, and 2 weeks after I gave birth, I was exhausted. All I know is something about a pocket of blood. So I was like, I'll come in.
No, immediately no.
But then she does a pelvic exam, and she's like, no, all I can feel is shit. Like, and she's in my vagina, and she can feel, like, so the poop is, like, pushing, and, like, I'm obviously healing and swollen and everything.
Yeah.
So, like, the poop is just making everything super painful.
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, now take fucking Miralax.
Wow.
But it wasn't a hematoma. I think that's what it was. I'm pretty
You were
sure.
like me in Seattle.
Yeah.
Just backed up.
Oh, so backed up. And the thing is, I didn't think I was backed up because I was pooping.
Yeah.
But I guess I wasn't pooping enough because she's like, yeah, dude, you're full of doo-doo.
Okay, speaking of being backed up, this just reminds me, and we don't have to talk about this on the podcast unless you want to, but the thing with, the thing about kids holding their poop.
Oh, yeah.
When I first learned about that, I was so shook.
Yeah. And it's been 2 of my kids now.
Tell people about it,
yeah,
because
tell
I didn't even
people-
know this was a thing.
Yeah, when you first told me, I was like, it opened up my whole world.
Well, it's called withholding, and it's kind of like this vicious cycle where your baby or toddler will get really, really constipated. And when you get constipated, what happens? It hurts when you poop. So then they associate pooping with pain. So then what do? They hold it. They get constipated. Then it's more painful. So it's like this vicious cycle, and they're like a baby and a toddler, so you can't explain to them, like, if you just poop, you're going to feel better. So then they're stuck in this vicious cycle, and they get so filled up with poop and impacted that the colon gets stretched out, and the muscles in the colon, like, stop working. So then it gets to the point where they're pooping themselves, but they're impacted, so poop is coming around it, and so they're, like, shitting their pants multiple times a day. And when it happened with my daughter, I was like, it never occurred to me that she was impacted because she kept shitting her pants. I thought she was just like severely trying to hold it, and then like a little bit would come out because she would freaking put her legs together and lock them, and she would literally shake.
my
Like, I have
God.
videos of it. But she's finally over it now. Once she potty trained and we got her going on the toilet, it's been night and day. She's totally fine. My 4-year-old, on the other hand, also started doing it, and he's still, like, we have him on a whole cap of Miralax a day, which is an adult serving.
Damn.
So he's take that every day. He usually poops, but he won't poop at school, and every day I pick him up, he has shit in his pants, and then, yeah, he just always has poop in his pants because a little bit comes out because his colon is not working. But yeah, it's been awful. It's horrible
God.
because they're in so much pain. And when they're also pooping constantly like that, just little bits, you're having to wipe them. And then what happens? They're getting the hemorrhoids, their butts are bleeding. They're getting rashes from it. And then they're in so much pain. And then that further imprints in their mind, I don't want to poop.
Yeah.
Because this is so painful, I want to avoid it. And there's nothing, because like they can't understand.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
That sounds so traumatizing for everyone involved.
It is. And there's sometimes we have to give him suppositories so he'll go. Like if he's really been holding it for days and days. And then he'll sit there and cry and be like, Mommy, no. And then I feel like I'm abusing him. But I also like, I can't have his colon rupture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have him, you know, die.
Yeah.
So it's like, we have to be like, okay, we're going to give you your medicine. And then he's like screaming. And then we have to like just forcefully do it.
Yeah.
And it feels so wrong because like, in their brains, they don't know the difference of me taking care of him and like abuse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the body's responds to the same trauma,
Yeah.
even though it's like, I have to do this to take care of you.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
That's so awful.
But yeah, withholding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's totally pee trained. And he will poop on the toilet, but it's like, he'll do it at home. He typically doesn't want to do it at school. So yeah, he'll just...
I mean, I can't blame him for not wanting to do it at school.
No, yeah,
I
that's
never want to poop
relatable.
outside of the home.
But he'll just sit in the corner and literally he does what Esme used to do, hold his legs together, and I'll just see him like shaking. And when he was a like littler in a diaper, it was a lot easier because I'd pick him up and wrap his legs around me. Mm-hmm. And that would kind of force him to go.
Yeah.
But now that he's potty trained, I can't really like rip off his pants and force him to sit on the toilet. You know?
Yeah.
It doesn't work the same.
Yeah.
So it's a process. We just talk about it all the time. We're never negative about it. Never mean to him about it. Always like, oh my God, are you going to poop? Oh my God, good job. One piece of candy for pooping. Like we like try to be neutral. We're just like happy about it. Mm-hmm. You know?
That's so hard as a parent.
Truly. Because
Okay. Should we talk about our obsessions now?
yes,
we can do
even
our
though I don't
obsessions.
know what my obsession is.
I can go first. I know what mine is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just got these new pants. They're the Reformation Mason pants, and they are like trousers, like high-waisted, super wide leg trousers, and they're so comfortable. And I made a TikTok about them because I like them so much. I ended up getting them tailored because I had to get a pretty big size for me and then get the waist tailored in order to not have the pleats being blown out in the front.
I hate that.
But I got them tailored at Silhouette in Portland, which is like a really amazing tailor that I've been going to for a couple months. And they're like the perfect pants for shooting in because they are so comfy. They're like super loose, so it's really easy to like squat and move around and stuff. And they're just like really lightweight, so they don't make me sweaty. But they also look really cute, you know, like I feel like they're very on trend, and they, like make you look, they're like flattering because they're high-waisted and like tight around the waist, but then loose everywhere else, you know, so.
I did see that video and you look amazing.
Yeah, you look great.
And I never knew, because like I've never bought pleated pants because they're always blown out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just have to get them like huge.
It wasn't until I met you that I'm like, oh wow, people can tailor things.
Yeah.
I literally just like never thought of that. I'm like, oh, it just doesn't work for me, so I guess I'll never do that.
Tailoring seriously makes such a difference because like I would say like making videos on TikTok has helped me learn this too. Like I've done a lot of like clothing reviews and hauls and like jean videos because I'm always trying to find like the perfect pair of pants, and like it really is true that like clothes are not designed for our bodies. Like they're just designed for like some random fit model. And so like if like maybe there's some brands where like they're going to be more tailored to your specific body type, you know, like Abercrombie curve jeans are like made more towards my body type than like, you know, fucking A gold jeans or whatever. But still, like, you know, getting things tailored is just makes them like fit so much better. I've also started dry cleaning things recently. For a long time I never dry cleaned anything, but
How's that been going?
it's good. I mean, it's like I think I thought it was going to be really expensive, and I thought it was going to be kind of like an ordeal to do it, but it's like so easy. You literally just show up, you drop your stuff off, they tell you, okay, come back in 2 days, and then you go and you pick it up, and it's like $12 an item.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you do?
Like my sweaters, jackets, like things that like if the like wool, things that like shouldn't go in the wash, you know, where like it says dry clean only on the tag, but I just like haven't dry cleaned
doing that too
them.
because I'm trying to shop less. But I always feel like all of my stuff just gets so like worn looking in a short period of time. So maybe to extend their life. Do you do your jeans?
No, jeans. Okay, jeans I wash infrequently.
I don't. Mine always like they get they get blown out.
Yeah.
And then I don't wear them again.
Yeah. Well, you might need to buy a smaller size in order to fix that. Because, like, if you're like, I need to put my jeans in the washing machine and then in the dryer to make them fit, like, they don't actually fit you.
Yeah.
You're wearing down the jeans and, like, ruining the elasticity by putting them in the dryer.
Don't tell me.
I don't dry any of my jeans. I always air dry them. Hang dry,
always.
Yeah. Actually, hang dry most of my clothes that I own.
Me too. I hang dry almost everything except for, like, my, like, you know, Nike workout stuff.
Yeah.
And, like,
the baggy shirts I sleep in.
Yeah. But, like, all my, like, my shirts that I wear, like, all
every
my
shirt,
jeans,
like even t-shirts.
T-shirts.
You hang dry it.
Yeah, I hang dry almost everything. My underwear, I hang dry. All my wool socks, I
feel like no matter what, when I like would hang dry a t-shirt, it always looks super wrinkly and gross.
Yeah, but then you wear it and like 5 minutes later it's fine. Or you iron it if it's really bad.
Yeah,
y'all think I have time.
I mean, you can also, like, if you know you're gonna wear something, just put it on a hanger and like bring it into the bathroom with you while you're showering, and it'll steam it up and loosen it up, so it's not
maybe I'll start doing
stiff like that.
Maybe I'll get something to hang dry on.
Yeah. Okay, that was like a really long fucking. This is gonna be a hard episode for you to edit. Okay, Anna, I'm sorry.
It'll be fine. Okay, so my obsession. Well, I feel like we already talked about this, but I love my squatty potty. I'm really late to the squatty potty game. Like, I just started a few months ago, and
really? I didn't know that.
And everyone else has like been using squatty potties for forever and loves theirs.
It's been like 8 years, I feel like, since I've bought mine.
Yeah, but. Yeah, I recently got one and I'm obsessed, and I think everybody needs a squatty potty. And I have like a really pretty squatty potty, so it just like makes.
Did you get the wood one?
I didn't get the wood one. It's like a frosted, like, I guess plastic or whatever, but it just like it's really like minimal and just like you can kind of barely see it, and it's
I need
pretty.
that because I don't like the aesthetic of
the white
one.
The white one's so ugly. I do like the wood one, but I'm also like, is that cleanly?
No.
Wood is so porous, so it's like I don't want
plastic you can wipe down.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get the wood one.
Yeah.
I was going to get that one, but then I'm like, I have kids. I have a life. Like,
no, mine's just like plastic, but it's like frosted. It's pretty. I'm into it.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Yeah, everyone needs a squatty potty.
They do. It's like more, what is it? It's more like ergonomic.
Yes.
You know I love an ergonomic
anything. Okay, so what's your obsession?
Lately, not too much, but I did think of something. I've been really, really into black lentils.
Ooh.
Beluga lentils. They're so fucking good. I have been making so many like curries and dals, and like, oh god, it's been so good.
How do you cook them?
What do you mean?
What's like a dish you would make?
What's a dish you would recommend people to make with black lentils?
Like I made a black lentil stew, and it was just like a bunch of like tomatoes, and then we did like onion, curry powder, and then I just like cook it for a really long period of time, like in vegetable stock. Mm-hmm. And it's so
Do you eat it with rice?
You can eat it with rice, but we ate it with pita.
Okay.
And that was very good.
Do you like them better than like the green
Yes.
ones?
The flavor is so on point.
Really?
But I've never been able to find them in the store. I have to order it on Amazon.
Yeah, I was going to say I've never seen black lentils. I feel like I only ever see red and green.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but I was like making this meal that was making like a faux meat, and it's like a lentil taco meat, and I think that they used the black so that it would look more like meaty, but then we got them and it was so good. Me and Oscar were like, what the fuck?
Huh. Okay, I'll try it because I love like a lentil soup.
Yeah, and then for breakfast with the lentils, I was like putting it on toast and putting in the I don't know how to say it.
Luthenitsa.
Yeah, I was putting that on top of it. That is the best breakfast I've ever had. I think next time I'll throw an egg on it too.
I never thought to eat it with lentils.
Oh, dude, it's really good.
Wait, so were you just taking just plain cooked lentils and put it on bread?
No, I had like the stew.
Okay.
But I kind of like strained out the liquid and then put it on the toast.
Okay.
And then put
that on, yeah.
Put it on, spread it on the top, and like ate it like that, and it was.
Wow.
I was having an orgasm in my mouth.
Okay. We'll add all these links.
Yeah, but that was like we were eating a lot of the lentils, and Oscar shit like. Was like, I'm shitting like 3 times a day.
Yeah,
like,
lentils definitely make me poop a lot. Like, there's a few
too.
foods that, yeah.
Lentils
but I love
great.
lentils. Do lentils do that to you?
I think so. I don't know. I just made a kabocha squash and lentil soup the other day that
was it so
is
good?
really good. Yeah. I love kabocha squash. But I'm like trying to remember if, I don't know. I mean, I've been on a weird journey with my diarrhea problem, so I couldn't really tell you.
All right. Is that a wrap?
I guess so.
Okay. So you
Poop
can
episode that was all over the place. We pooped all over the place in this episode.
All right.
Sounds right.
So you can find us at Naked Peach Boudoir on Instagram, TikTok, our Facebook group, our website, nakedpeachboudoir.com. You can find me at Anna McLaughlin Photo.
You can find me at T Smells with a Z.
You can find me at Ciarra PDX, Ciarra PDX, since everybody wants to give me an S.
And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.